What is up, YouTube? Brian here, back again with another video, and today is another unboxing, and it is April 1st, which means it's the start of the month, and we are getting our April boxes for the Hookup Tackle's JDM BENto Box series. Now, this is the first official box that we are in the subscription model now, which means I'm going to get these boxes every month. Ben, shout out to Ben. He did the drop I don't know, a couple weekends ago where they dropped the 200 subscriptions to the bento box, and I think it sold out in like 90 seconds. So Ben, you are now Nike. You're dropping bread colorway Jordan 1s, and everyone's buying them in seconds. But instead of Jordans, we're doing crankbaits. So, well, jerkbaits, I guess. So we're gonna open this up. I just got this today, and I actually got another order from Hookup Tackle that I just got some plastics, and I actually came before this. So I'll jump in and show those at the very end. But I actually only know about the special edition jerkbait that's in here and the special edition Pop Max, which is going to be in every single box. Now, I have a million Pop Maxes. I have a million jerkbaits. I'm probably going to be keeping most of the jerkbaits unless it's something I already have or I'm not really into it. So if you want some baits out of this box, please hit me up on Instagram. I'll post some stuff if there's things out of these boxes going down the line that I'm not really going to use or whatever. I'll throw it up on Instagram and people can buy parts of the bento box off of me. I'm not going to flip the jerkbaits for like 60, 70 bucks like a lot of, or even more than a lot of people are buying these boxes for. But, you know, hit me up. We'll work something out. So today's unboxing, I'm using my Wee Knives Ben Blue Banter. I love the Banter. This is a really cool knife. So let's pop this thing open. I'm actually going to open it from the right side this time. I always keep opening these from the bottom. So I only know about the matte colored, or the frozen tequila. I don't know, I forget the name. But the jerkbait and the Pop Max. So we're going to open this up and just kind of dive in. As usual, the box starts out with a nice card. Actually, printing on this one looks pretty good. Okay, so we got the Tackle Okatu's JDM BENto Box. I'm not going to read the card. I'll read this at the end because Ben usually writes like funny things on this, but I just kind of want to dive into the box and not know what's in here. So we're going to take the paper off. Okay, I see a couple things. First off, actually, we got the Tackle Sprinkler Frog. Now, I've never actually used the Sprinkler Frog. So I'm sorry, it's the Sprinker. I always want to call this the Sprinkler Frog, but there is no sprinkler. There's no L. It's the Sprinkler Frog. So I actually have never had this, and this is in a cool color. This is in the Color Me. So I like how for a long time Ben decided to do the frogs that you could paint, and then they were having like a paint competition, and it was all fun. So it's just a really silver, really paddle tail, spinny frog. I'm going to try this. I've actually never tried one of these, so it's new in my new frog collection. I'm going to give this a whirl. All right, next up, we got an OSP jerkbait. I have never had an OSP jerkbait. This is pretty cool. This is the OSP, oh man, Rudra? R-U-D-R-A. I have literally I have no idea how to pronounce this. Rudra. I don't know. I'm going to have to look this one up to figure out what it is. But this bait is in the Tasty Shad. It's a 3/4 ounce long jerkbait. So let's, I'm going to pop this thing open. Oh, it's got a staple at the top. Okay, there we go. So this is an OSP jerkbait. It looks like it's kind of a shallow runner. I've never had one of these before. Whoa. That thing's got some heavy duty. I don't know if you guys can see that, but this thing's got like some heavy duty beads in this sucker. I have never used an OSP jerkbait. This is a very simple, semi-translucent shad color. There's like a little bit of, it's got kind of green on the top. It says OSP 130 SP. I got to look these up. I literally don't know a thing about OSP jerkbaits, but I love OSP crankbaits and I love OSP plastic. So I'm guessing the jerkbait is going to be just as good. Aurora OSP. I'm gonna have to look more into this. The whole back of it's in Japanese, so I don't know what the heck it says. But anyway, cool. I'm into that. Now, okay. So he threw in a Nomase Wagasaki bait. Now, I bought these last year when Ben dropped these things. I got the gill and I got this one. And I gotta say, not a huge fan. They're okay. I didn't really catch any fish with the gill. But this one is in a plum. I like this color. This is a plum Wagasaki. I am going to use this. This looks like a super smallmouthy color. I threw these things around for largemouth and really didn't get much action. But I think this on Rock Pals, or even maybe some like when fish are in post spawn this year, when they're kind of pulling off their beds and kind of moving out to points and into like the drops and stuff. I think this could work. So I'm going to use it. I got to say I'm not a super big fan of these baits. I'm not going to take it out of the package. Well, maybe I will. Because they're actually better to keep them in the package until you actually use them. But so if you guys don't know what this is, the Nomas Wagasakis, they're soft plastics, but they have weights in the head. And they have two, well, this one doesn't. Oh yeah, it has two different hook points. So if you notice, there's a, I don't know if you can see this in the video, but there's actually a point in the top of the back of the bait where you actually run the wacky hook through, and then there's metal. So there's a metal ring inside the bait, internal, and you put the hook through, and then that lets you run this thing wacky. So you kind of bounce it on the bottom, you jerk it up. So it's kind of like, it's just an alternative to like a weighted wacky worm. This is kind of like a weighted wacky shad bait. Now, I like that this is a little bigger profile. I think the Nomase gills, the little gills are a little too small. But this one looks a little more substantial. So, and it's got a really cool pink silver hit in the front, and then the back of it is all pink. So I'm going to give this a whirl. I'll throw it for smallies. You know, you can't know unless you try it. I've tried the gill version, and it didn't blow my hair back, but we'll try the bigger shad version, and we'll see if we can get some smallmouth to commit to this thing. No, it's not going to want to go back in the package. Okay, so we got a frog, we got a really interesting Osp Jerkbait, and we got the shad. So the last one that I don't know about is we got another LV500, which Ben is on a super big LV500 kick. This color is really cool. This is olive craw. This is a really nice craw pattern LV500. I am actually really kind of digging this because I just saw the bottom of it. So this olive craw OSP 500, I'm sorry, LV 500, Lucky Craft 500 lipless. Now this thing has a little bit of, you guys probably, I don't know if you can see this in the video, but there's a lot of green glitter on this thing. But then the bottom, ooh, nice. Orange belly hit, green flake all over the bait, pretty translucent. This is definitely getting busted out this spring. I think this is going to be a really, really nice crawfish smallmouth bait. I mean, I fish a couple lakes in Wisconsin that are just loaded with crawfish and loaded with rocks. And this is definitely going to be in the rotation. I love this bait. Actually, so far, this is probably my favorite bait. So I don't have any really crawfish imitating lipless cranks. So this is cool. So Ben, love this one. Big fan. Now on to the main event. The limited edition Potmax and the limited edition 110 jerkbait. So the Potmax, this one is in a color called Gritter Perch. Now, I don't think Gritter Perch, I don't think this is, you can get this in the Japanese, like I've seen this bait in the Japanese packaging for Potmax. I've never seen it in this US packaging. So I don't think this is like that. I don't know. Ben's going to have to explain it, but this is a really, really, really good looking perch imitating Potmax. This is really cool. Now, normally I would say, man, I don't need more Potmaxes. I got a million Potmaxes. I probably have like 15 at this point. Honestly, I don't even want to count how many Potmaxes I have. I just don't want to look. I just know I got a bunch. But this one is really freaking cool. We fish a lot of perch lakes up here in Minnesota. Perch, bluegill, and crayfish are like the three main forages for fish up here, and I think this one is definitely a keeper. I'm not going to sell this guy. I now have two really, really good natural looking imitating baits for the types of forage that the fish in my area, Minnesota, Wisconsin, eat. So I like these a lot. I'm good on those. This is the bait that everybody wants, and I think a lot of 110 collectors, you guys know who you are, A lot of the 110 collectors and 110 flippers are very mad that they could not get this bait for less than $100. There's a lot of saltiness in some of the Mega Bass Facebook groups when Ben teased this bait, and then he said, oh, it's going to be exclusive to the bento boxes. So a lot of guys wanted to buy this bait for 25 bucks and then turn around and sell it for $100. They wanted to buy 3 or 4 of them, keep one, sell a bunch. So a lot of the flippers and Mega Bass traders and flippers and collectors were a little salty that this bait required the $100 entry fee into the bento box series. And so this bait is the frozen tequila. So this is apparently a color that is available in other baits, but has never been available in the regular 110 special, or the regular 110 bait. Now this thing, just looking at it, it is really, really matte. This thing is really nice. So you got your orange hit on the bottom, which goes to white on the side. I mean, it's like a real kind of white pearl. I'd call it pearl, and then a dark blue purple fade on the top. This thing is really, really sweet. Am I gonna throw this bait? Hell yeah. I did not buy the JDM bento boxes to collect or stash these or go and turn these and throw them on eBay for 120 bucks. Not gonna happen. This is going in my jerkbait box. I fish a lot of smallmouth water and clear lakes. I think this is gonna get bit, and we're gonna find out. So if a pike comes and breaks this off and eats it, a lot of 110 collectors are going to be very sad. So I'm going to use it. I'm going to use it for its intended purposes, and hopefully I do not get it removed from my line by a northern pike. So anyway, I will say out of the JDM bento box, I would give this box, I'm going to rate these boxes. I'm sorry, Ben, but I'm going to give you a rating out of like 10 is like, I love every single bait. This is a knockout box. You did an amazing job for me. I know everyone's going to be different, right? Because everyone lives in different parts of the country. So I'm going to give this a rating because this is really nice. Obviously, loving this Pop Max perch. I'll take it. Loving the LV500. So I got 1, 2, 3. And then this OSP jerkbait, I don't know if I like it yet. I'm going to try it. It looks really cool. I'm going to look into it. So I'm going to give this I'm happy I got it. I don't know anything about it, so it's going to be interesting. So I'll give this as like, I'll put this in the win column. Now the sprinkler frog, I'm going to call it the sprinkler frog. I know it's not called the sprinkler frog, but I'm going to call it that. I'm going to say I'm excited to use it because I've never used one of these. I know these were super hot for a long time. People were buying these for like 30, 40 bucks when they first came out, and no one could get them, and now they're everywhere. So I'm into this. I'm going to use it. I love frogging. So cool. Now, the only bait I really am not super jazzed on is the Wakasagi Nomase. Not super into these. I think these might be kind of gimmicky baits. I don't know how many people actually like have a lot of action and catch a lot of big fish with this thing, or even just numbers fish with this thing. So a little gimmicky, not super excited about this. I kind of would have rather just had a really great bag of plastics or something. So I'll give this box a solid, we'll go 8 out of 10. I would say if this was something different, I would have gave it like a 9, but I'll give this whole box a good 8 out of 10. So Ben, you did a good job overall. Last thing I got from Hookup Tackle is I did put in a plastic order because Ben and the crew over there just got a big Depths restock. Anyone who knows, the hype is out on Depths bull flats, and getting bull flats is a pain in the butt. Last year, I could get bull flats anytime I wanted. They were not that hard to get. Now, anytime people get bull flats, boom, they're gone, especially in the good sizes and the good colors. So what did I get? So I needed a little bit of a restock on bull flats because I ran through the packs I had last year. I think I only have like 3 or 4 packs left. Oh my gosh, they're falling everywhere. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, so I got 2 sizes, and they're basically the only 2 sizes of bull flats I use, and that is the 4.8 inch. So this is a slightly bigger bull flat, and then I use the 3.8. So I got a bunch of them in the green, just regular green pumpkin, and then the other color I got that I think is really cool is the bluegill. Now the bluegill color in the depth bull flat is super, super shiny. I'll take one out of the bag. It's bright blue, tons of glitter. It's a really cool color. A lot of people go for the green pumpkin, but I think this the bluegill color bull flat is just amazing. It's such a cool bait. It's just, when you see it in person, it's like gold and shiny and blue, and this is just, I don't know if it really looks like a bluegill, but it's just a really nice bait. Now the way you rig this, I brought hooks out just to show you guys. The way you rig this is you take at least the way I've rigged it, is you take a 5/0 weighted EWG hook. This is the Gamakatsu weighted Superline. This is the 5/0, and you essentially rig this thing Texas rigged, but on its side, and you have to have the round side of the bait down. You don't put the flat side down, you put the round side down. So I'm not going to rig it because I don't want to burn this, you waste this bait, but you basically put it through the head, you come through, and then you rig it like that, just like that. That's all you do. You throw it out, you let it sink to the bottom, you pop it up the bottom, and then as the bait glides, if you put it the curved side down, not the flat side down, this bait is gonna just like lightly glide like a dying dead bluegill down to the bottom, and then just sit there. And you pop it up again, and it glides. So anyway, so don't be afraid of the bigger bull flats. This is the 4.8, so it's almost a 5. It's got a ton of heft to it, and when you throw it onto this hook, the whole package has a really good weight to it, and so you can throw it on any of your medium heavy bait casters. So anyway, I got a bull flat restock. I feel like I'm good on bull flats for who knows how long, maybe midsummer, maybe all summer. I don't know. We'll see how many of these I'm throwing. But anyway, super excited to get reloaded on bull flats. I'm excited to go through the JDM BENto box, and we are going to do the next box next month. So stay tuned if you want to keep seeing what's going on in these boxes, or if you bought a box and you want to see what the colors, because I think the colors change from box to box. I know Ben likes to mix it up a little bit. So shout out to everyone who made it through this video, and if you're still watching, please hit like and subscribe, and I appreciate your support. Until next time, we'll see you guys in the next video. Take it easy.